of November 2024. Thank you for tuning in to Kenya's biggest conversation. Thank you for choosing this as the way to start your day. We broadcast from Mombasa Road, Standard Group Center in Nairobi to everywhere in the country, everywhere in Africa, everywhere in the world. So we've got people from Papua New Guinea who are tuned in. Yeah. Tell them good afternoon.
Good afternoon to Lord. Yeah, okay. For purposes of conversation, let's say good afternoon.
And say good evening to those who are watching us from the Pacific West Coast, right? And everybody else in between.
Yes.
Karibuni sana. Tomorrow is Saturday sitting.
Isn't
it's
it?
the 9th of November.
Yes, it is.
And we've been talking about something happening on the 9th of November for the last 1 week.
There'll be very many things happening, but the thing I want you to pay attention to is the official Study in Ireland Fair. Now, this fair will be taking place at the Gallant Mall in Parklands, okay, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, we were told yesterday the 1 p.m. closure is not too strict. Well, depending on how many people come and those who are willing to or who wish to be informed. But let me tell you a little bit more about it. One, in order to attend this fair, you need to register.
Yeah.
And to register, you need 3 W's. .cradle.com. Okay, www.cradle.com. Yes, that one. And the registration will enable you to get entry and an invitation to the fair. Now, why the fair?
How much is registration fee?
It's free. Everything is free.
Okay.
Free, meaning you don't pay anything. Yes, except the deduction of the bundle that you use to actually do this whole thing. But beyond that, it is free.
It's all free.
It is free.
Very
okay?
good.
There are 3 reasons why you should attend the fair. One, you will get direct access to top universities. What this means is there'll be representatives of the universities that I'm going to mention there. And they will give you all the information you need to know about the university. But over and above that, they'll also tell you about the career opportunities that exist in Ireland. Now, many people may not know this, but if you're talking about Europe and you're talking about some of the bigger industries that you have in Europe and the world, they're nestled in Ireland. Ireland is a preferred choice for many headquarters of big industries in Europe. Lastly, you will get advice on visa matters that relate to how you can get to Ireland and what you need to do that. But please, register.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Our first Friday conversation is going to be about the weekend and some activities around this weekend, women's golf. And we're joined by 2 ladies. Regina Gashora is the lady captain at the Muthaiga Golf Club, and Beth Muthui is the director for consumer banking at SBM Bank. Regina and Beth, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Welcome to the hot seats of the situation. How does it feel, Beth?
Feels good.
And Beth, how does it feel?
Bright and lovely.
Very good. See? Karibuni sana. Yeah. So we're talking about golf. And Regina, you're the lady captain at Muthaiga.
Yes.
Muthaiga.
It's the home of golf.
Lady captain at Muthaiga.
Yes.
You must be like a top level golf player.
I play decent golf.
Very good. So
yes.
How do you become a lady captain? Do you elect you or do you...
No, it's a process. You need to be part of the ladies committee for at least 4 years. So it's hierarchical.
Okay.
Yes.
And how do you get into the ladies committee?
You're selected by the ladies to be part of the ladies committee.
But first you must be a member of the Muthaiga Golf.
But first you have to be a member.
Okay. Ndu?
Yes.
Would you like to...
I wouldn't mind taking it.
That's where the journey starts.
That's how it starts.
Be careful, Ndu. Eric has just figured out that he can't be lady captain.
He can't be a lady captain. So he wants to live vicariously through me.
Yes.
Okay. And Beth, thank you as well for joining us. SBM Bank, we know it. And we've seen the offices of SBM. How many branches do you have now?
So we have 30 branches across the country. We are represented in at least the major counties within Kenya.
Well, how does a county qualify as a major county?
Well, size.
Economy.
Yeah.
Okay. Size, eh?
Yes, size.
So you must be in Marsabit.
Marsabit, no.
It's the largest.
It's the largest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turkana actually is the largest. Are you in Turkana?
We're not in Turkana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, also size of economic activity within the county.
Population.
So that is it.
And population as well.
Yes.
Okay. Very good. We'll talk a lot more about that and how this bank also then supports financial literacy across board, so people get to understand more. But first, CT will welcome you with the day's proverb. Just listen to him. He goes to an African country every week. He comes with proverbs from that country. We don't know how, whether he mints them, he harvests them, he cuts them, he goes by broom, but he brings proverbs from that country. Now, your job is to listen to the day's proverb, think about it, and give us your interpretation of it. This week, he's in a country south of the Sahara, north of the Limpopo.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'd like you to take a stab at this. It is the 11th largest country in the world. It is the second largest country in Africa by land mass. Hazard a guess.
South Africa?
No, good hazard. It's not too far away.
Namibia?
Zimbabwe,
Closer.
Botswana.
Now you're
Botswana is
moving
tiny.
away. You're doing well. You had gotten close. Just get closer.
Closer to Namibia.
So it touches Sudan, South Sudan.
Okay, let me give you a bigger hint. It has 9 neighbors. There are very few countries that have 9 neighbors, and one of the neighbors is the Atlantic Ocean. It neighbors Central African Republic, South Sudan, Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Tanzania, Zambia, Angola.
Another hint, Patrice.
Oh, Papa Equatorial.
Not too far.
Yeah.
Not too far.
Not too far. You just come slightly lower down.
Angola?
They're known for music
It's not Angola?
that Kenyans like.
And it's not Zaire. Congo.
Aha. See.
Congo.
Congo.
DRC.
DRC.
You learned
Finally.
it.
Yes. You didn't waste your time in geography class.
It was the music.
You did well.
You did very well.
What's the proverb?
The proverb: imitating things led the frog to have his ears cut.
Imitating things led the frog
to have.
to have his ears cut.
Yes. Okay. His ears.
His ears.
Not his ears cut. No.
His ears cut.
His ears.
Cut. Yes.
Beth, what's your interpretation of this?
That authenticity is critical, but you gotta live your own truth.
We're gonna leakage. Sitting next to CT, I'm thinking
I
like,
promise you, I have not looked.
Regina, what's your
gosh.
interpretation?
Gossip can get you in a lot of trouble.
I want to give you really juicy information.
Gossip can keep you relevant. Yeah, you're the source of news. You just gather gossip and spread it. Okay, let's start by talking about the golf. All right, why golf? I mean, you play a decent golf.
Yes.
When did you start playing golf and why?
My pathway to golf is not traditional. I started golf because my daughter started golf before me. So my husband had been trying to get me to play golf for 10 years, and I said no. And when my daughter started playing golf, I decided to join her. So non-traditional pathway to golf.
So why did you start? Jealous?
No,
The
why would I be
daddy-daughter-
jealous of my daughter?
daddy-daughter relation? I mean, like this one, he is taking the daughter now to golf? No way, I'm going.
She was good. She was really good, and I wanted to take her to the highest heights of golf. So I needed to understand the game. So that's why I started playing golf 6 years ago.
What sport did you actually like? Because you must have liked some sport.
I liked all sports. I was that kid in high school. If there was sports and there was a roster, I put my name on it. So I played all sports in school.
Okay.
Every single sport.
What did you have against golf?
It was my husband's game.
Say no more. Say no more.
Interesting. So you went from a place where you were asked to play it for 10 years, you didn't.
Yes.
Then your daughter plays it.
Yes.
And then you get into it.
Yes.
And you get to the place now you're starting to champion golf for women and junior girls.
Yes.
How?
Golf is addictive once you get in.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you're on the outside, it doesn't look like a game that women should play. But once you get in, it's actually a very addictive sport. I think of all the sports I've played, it's the most addictive sport once you're in. Yeah.
What is it about golf that makes it addictive? I've heard this said. I know a few people who play golf and they say exactly what you're saying. What is it that makes golf addictive?
It's very social. You're able to interact with people for 5 hours. And then, of course, we have the 19th hole. And we won't say how long you spend there, but we'll just keep it at 5 hours on the golf course. But it's a very social sport.
Right.
You get to know people on a very deep level. And it is just fun to interact with people, for a long period of time. I tell people you need to have work-life balance. Golf is the life balance for most individuals. And once they get into golf, they realize that, there is something called work-life balance.
So for the longest time, golf had been played and managed and supported by men.
Yes.
Right? So recently we've seen a lot more women get involved. We've seen, and not just here in Kenya, but,
around
even
the
on a world scale. So what progress from what you see has been made in the sport, and we can localize it to Kenya?
So we are very privileged that we have the Kenya Ladies Golf Union, which has been in existence since 1924. So they have been the pioneers of trying to push through a lot of barriers for women to be able to play golf. And right now, the barriers have been brought down and all women can play golf at any level. We also have the privilege of having about 45 golf clubs. I think apart from South Africa, we're the second largest country with golf clubs in the country, and they vary in types. There's Golf Park, which is our public course. There are courses all around the country, so anybody can really be a member of a golf club in Kenya. People look at Muthaiga as the pinnacle of golf, but golf is accessible to many Kenyans. And then I'm also the president of Junior Golf Foundation, so we've made golf very accessible for juniors. So for a junior to play golf, as long as they're a member, which is 1,000 shillings, they can play anywhere around the country until they're 21 for 100 shillings. So it is becoming very, very accessible for kids to start playing golf. And once they are hooked and start playing, by the age of 25, they can join a golf club. Yeah. And they can become members of these clubs. So it is a growing sport, one of the fastest growing sports in the country. And for women, it's a great opportunity for networking. It's a great opportunity for meeting ladies like Beth in terms of financial literacy. And, with the networking, it also increases your net worth. So it's a fantastic sport for women to join. So Ndu, we're waiting for you.
I'm considering this.
How expensive is it as a sport?
So once you become a member of a club, you actually play for free. Once you become a member of a club. So the expense is really hiring a caddy, which you can or cannot do, but hiring a caddy is 1,200 shillings. And
for
then
5 hours.
For the 5 hours. Right. And then you also, the cost of buying clubs, that's expensive. But once you become a member of a club,
buy clubs?
Once.
That's it.
Yes.
So it's a one-off cost.
It's a once-off cost.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a once-off cost.
What else do you buy? There's a glove, there's a shoe. You got to wear some shorts, and there's not just any shorts. There's a golf shorts. Then there's a polo shirt that you wear. It's not just any. There's it. What else do you buy, Regina?
Okay,
To
so
play golf.
a glove can last you 6 months to a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think your biggest expense is going to be golf balls, especially if you
Keep losing them.
if you keep losing them. So when you start playing golf, I think that's your biggest expense. But once you get better, you keep more of your golf balls, so it becomes a more reasonable sport.
Right.
So it starts harsh, but it gets better.
Okay, so Beth, so for the folks at SPM, why, to put support behind anything would have taken a lot of thought, of course. Why support golf? Why put support as, a financial institution behind golf?
All right, so let me start by saying that the reason why this year was of keen interest to us was because we have this competition, the lady tournament, and we have a huge thing around supporting women in business. So I'll tell you how it all ties in. So first off, is for the love of the game. I came to learn, and especially for older women, that golf is therapy. You'd be surprised when you sit with the ladies and, when they're done with the golf and the talks, the laughter, the camaraderie, it is actually pure therapy. And so for those who have not joined golf, please look at it from that perspective. But more importantly, we felt aligned with the theme that the lady captain had this year around wellness. And so it was all around wellness. So we came in from the perspective of financial wellness. There was a whole week program, very well structured. The first day we actually had a financial literacy session with the caddies. And so that doesn't happen often because they are the support system of the golf game. And we had the team from the bank come talk to them about investing, about saving, and about their future. And then subsequently to that, on Wednesday, actually it was on Tuesday, we did have a session with the lady golfers, and we were able to just introduce them to the Women Markets program that SPM has. It's a very structured program. Very early on, when we came into this market, we made sure that we're able to put in some money and investment around structuring a very meaningful women markets program that seeks to do three things and three things only, which is to educate, to empower, and protect the overall financial status of the woman. And so we found a nexus point between what it is that we stand for as a bank and what Regina was trying to drive. So we had a session, we spoke about saving, we spoke about investing, and we spoke about trading.
One would assume that women who are playing golf in Muthaiga, this is not new information that you'll be going to give them. Saving, keeping your money, investing, protecting your wealth. So what new information do you give them?
So here's the thing: you could be saving, but are you saving with the best saving product in the country? I will say, arguably, we have the best product in the market. We recently launched the Platinum Saver account that pays 11% per annum. And so we pay interest on a monthly basis. When you compound it, we're talking north of 12%. I will challenge you to find any bank in this market that's paying 12%. Traditionally, savings accounts pay 2% and 3%. You don't even feel the interest. And so we have this product that has been taken up, by the way, 70% by women. That is proving to be fantastic. You get to save for your child's education. You get to save for your home. You get to save for whatever it is that matters the most to you. So we got talking about that, and I found quite a bit of interest coming from the ladies who were there. We also spoke about offshore investments. We are one of the few banks that are able to offer that. So SPM Bank, let me just introduce it, stands for State Bank of Mauritius. So beyond the traditional banking solutions, we have offshore solutions around wealth and wealth management. And so we actually spoke about that, and that was also of keen interest to the ladies.
What's offshore banking?
Offshore just means it's not local. So it's out there.
Money is outside.
So-
It's out there.
So I'm here in Kenya and my money is somewhere else.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be beneficial to me.
Yes, and especially if you're dealing with different currencies and you're looking for something a little bit more sophisticated.
For example.
So we have, we've had a product called a structured note, a dollar note that is structured, that pays a little bit higher than what your traditional savings account on the dollar side pays. So you find that if you have appetite for that and you want to be able to explore global markets, we have the solutions that are able to help you participate in those kind of solutions. So the structured dollar note helped guys who have a little bit of risk appetite, just explore different things out there through the SBM private wealth side of things. And so we have a market for that in Kenya.
Does it preclude anyone? And I ask this because here we're talking about what would, even if it was previously historically be known as very niche, that not everybody would say that, well, I'm going to be on the golf course for 5 hours on Thursday afternoon, right? It would have been assumed that there's a particular class of society that is going to be doing that. Now, that's on this side. But then here again, we're also talking about now wealth and wealth management. Does it preclude anyone?
Okay, so let me start by saying SBM serves the three business verticals that you find across all banks, which is the SME, the retail, and the corporate. We find that golf clubs represent a good proportion of the business community, and it's very structured and well organized. So when you have financial literacy sessions, and whilst you might have the leadership, it has a way of just permeating and trickling down to the rest of the community. And so you'll find leaders perhaps in the motor industry, leaders in infrastructure, leaders in so many other fields. And so when you meet them in a room and you talk about these kind of things, you find that they have a way of passing that message to the communities that they lead. It's organized, it's structured. It doesn't mean that we only engage with golf clubs, but it's a good start to be able to just get a good representation.
Or those who are already wealthy, for example.
Yes, wealth is about context.
Okay.
It's about knowledge. It's about ability to be able to interact with the right people. Wealth is a bit broad scope from where I come from. And so when we speak to the caddies, that's a whole economy on its own. You have how many? 250 caddies?
250
Yes,
caddies.
you speak to the caddies, right? You speak to the management. You speak to the ladies who are playing, and not just the ladies on Mothaiga, even their guests. So you find you actually touch quite a bit of the business community within Kenya.
Tell me more about the women markets program, because you say you came into the market and you said we are putting in a lot of effort into the women markets program. What is it?
So let me say, we actually worked with IFC just to make sure that we're not just coming up with a product, a pink product. We wanted a program that was meaningful in the way that it touches the lives of women. Remember, I said it's anchored on three things: the educate pillar, right? The empowerment pillar, and the protection pillar. So what we did, we said that we're going to be able to pass on this program by collaborating with other value chain partners. So we have partners around the financial pillar, we have knowledge access partners, and we have market access partners. About 5 years ago, we became signatories of the UN Women. And so when you become a signatory of the UN Women, you have responsibilities around the community, around the workplace, and around the marketplace. And the main thing here is around financial inclusion. So what we did, then we went on and partnered, for instance, with the Africa Guarantee Fund. And this is very interesting for ladies listening in, to the point that when you go to SBM Bank and you want 10 million shillings, they say, look, we understand the challenges of having security. We only need security for 25%. They are going to take care of the 75%. Anyone in business understands how important that is. So it's a risk participation framework that enables women achieve some money to be able to do business, and so on and so forth. So I'll pause there and then just take it back to you.
Yeah, pause it. Let's take a break. It's 28 minutes to 8. We are talking golf this morning, but not just golf. Championing women's golf and promoting financial literacy on and off the course. Regina Gashora, lady captain at the Muthaiga Golf Club and the president of the Junior Golf Foundation, right?
Correct.
Yep. And Beth Mudhui, who is the director of consumer banking at SBM Bank. Beth, did you ever watch Suits, the series?
Oh goodness, this comes up all the time.
All the time.
Oh gosh.
Very good.
So you know.
Oh my gosh. Yes, I do.
Yeah, someone has commented and I've actually come to think of it.
You look like Gina Torres.
Jessica in Suits.
It comes up all the time.
Yeah.
You lost me.
There's a program called Suits. There's a woman. And her
There's a movie.
Movie.
Oh,
a
for
movie.
you, movie.
There's a movie called Suits.
The lead, one of the female leads, her name is Gina Torres or Jessica, and she looks exactly like her.
Okay.
You should watch it this weekend. Okay, no,
Is it violent?
no, so you wouldn't like it. Well, it depends.
Does she look
Does she look
violent?
violent? Come on.
I'm asking about the movie.
The lead actress looks like her. Does she look violent?
Yes, she does not.
Putting you on the spot, eh?
Yes, she doesn't look violent.
We'll be back shortly. Good morning.
This is the Situation Room, the only way to start your day.